Coming to you live from the top floor of the OBB Corporate Tower in downtown Coral Gables. You're listening to the top-rated American football podcast in countries that don't play American football. Ain't that some shit? These are the Orange Bowl Boys.
Brought to you by Ed Morse. Join the over 2 million people that are backed by Morse. Visit edmorse.com.
Here's Toast, Roman, and Scoop.
Welcome to the Mario era, chapter 66.
66 Mario, it's a Mario, fresh off of the Springer game. How did you like the Springer game? We talk about it when we go to the green tree.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 66.
66.
Repeat that one more time.
Execute Order 66. Mandalorian Season 3, the final episode came out tonight. We have that Star Wars chat. I'm sure we have a 24-hour no kind of, spoiler alert zone, so we're still in that window, but we'll definitely talk about that Mandalorian.
I haven't even started that one.
It's
Yeah, I haven't seen any of them yet.
Season 2, I think there was a little drop off between Season 2, because here's my theory. I don't think they realized how much of a cash cow that Grogu, Baby Yoda, was going to be. So I legitimately think by the end of Season 2, when he gives Luke the baby and is like, hey, that was supposed to be the end of it. And they realized, hell no.
Yeah.
Because in this season, it just seemed like he was more relegated to like lap duty. He's just like, hey, look, he's baby cute Yoda. Just put him on somebody's lap. It wasn't like a major focal point. They did kind of like hint to it at the end, at least this episode. But oh, yeah. I mean, what a cash cow. What a cash cow. And interesting story, and we'll move on. But there was like the main puppeteer. I guess there was debate that they were going to go CGI with him, right? They were going to use CGI instead of like using that kind of animated puppet that they use, right? And he's like basically called him out to the fact like, you have no hair on your balls if you don't use him as a puppet. Do not do the CGI. You're missing. And based it like on his steadfastness on it, they decided to do it, and a star was born. So yeah, Baby Yoda.
Very nice. I had no idea.
Yeah, king of random facts. How are you doing?
Yeah.
How you boys doing?
Yeah, look, if you need a random fact about anything you don't care about, you go to Row.
Yes, that's why they're random facts. They're not important facts.
True. Factual.
I'm doing good. I would I'd be doing better if I could get gas in our second car.
Ooh, terrible.
No gas?
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, flood.
I'm not waiting an hour and a half, bro. I'm not waiting an hour and a half for gas.
So here's my story about that. What I had to do, we're redoing both the bathrooms upstairs. Total disaster. So I had to take the dog out, and can't have the dog here with a jackhammer and everything upstairs, right? So I take the dog, and I'm in Steph's truck, which used to be my truck. And it is without fail. I don't drive it much anymore. Without fail. Every time I get in the truck, there's no gas. Every time. So I drop off the kids. I drop off the dog. I go to get gas. I pull in. This is the day before anybody like had an issue with it. Pull the first gas station, no gas. All right, maybe they're getting stuff worked on. Pull around the corner. The second gas station had gas. No, the second gas station, no gas. Third gas station had gas, but only like half the pumps. And I'm like, I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on. And then all of a sudden, bananas, right? It's like a hurricane.
It's a hurricane.
The
holy
good thing
shit.
is I only need gas in one car.
Well, my wife left for Colorado this morning, and she's gone for a week. So I also only need gas in one car, so I'm fine. But yesterday, there was a hairy moment in my car where I'm like, I got this meeting, and, well, we're going to see what happens because I don't have an option here. And so I made it back and everything. But yeah, there can't be more than a couple drops in mine, but it's going to have to wait till the weekend because I'm not waiting an hour and a half.
So for us, it wasn't that bad, but obviously I saw the torrential downpour and flooding in Fort Lauderdale. How did you guys do? Did you guys, other than the gas, because it shut down some of our gas supply, chain. That's why you're struggling. How did you guys do?
I don't know about Scoop. We were very, very fortunate where we are in Plantation. We did find other areas. I mean, listen, if you are in Fort Lauderdale, there are areas very east that I know had water up to their waist in their living room. Mm-hmm. And also, around Dixie Highway as well. Like, yeah, dude, they got just wiped out. Just awful. Awful.
Yeah.
But they still were able to have Tortuga.
Yes, I saw that. Too much money being brought in.
Wow. Okay, yeah, there you go.
They diverted.
Maybe use all that cash to buy some new plumbing.
Yeah, they diverted all the flood, pumps over there. Yeah. We need to make sure this is going. Kenny Chesney needs to sing,
reality.
Damn it.
And I'm not going to say too much because I sell a lot down there. Fort Lauderdale is dangerously close to being underwater. You have a couple days of heavy rain, and the canals are on the streets. And it's there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, they're changing some code, to be honest with you. Some of the new builds have to be much higher because of it. I mean, so at least they're doing something about it. But it's true. It's true. That's all.
It's rough.
That's it.
It's bad.
Not going to bring it up anymore.
No. All right. Should we get on down to Green Tree, talk about the spring game?
Let's do that.
Let us go.
Line 72. Line 800.
Go! So under the lights, Inter Miami Stadium. And it was broadcast on ACCX or whatever the hell it is, so you're able to watch it if you couldn't make it out there. Crappy crowd, but listen, with so much rain that had happened, and who knows, people were freaking trying to get out of their houses, so whatever with the crowd. Didn't look like there were as many people there this year as there were last year, to be honest with you, from my point of view. But Scoop, you were on the field, so... Oh, you disagree? Okay.
Disagree.
Okay,
100%.
all right. On the TV, maybe I just got bad views on the TV.
The side of the stadium was 90% full.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Cool. So what were your takeaways, man? For me, it was, I found the first quarter was pretty difficult to watch offensively, but then it got a lot better. And I think by the second half, you kind of saw both sides of both offenses were kind of figuring things out and moving the ball, and things were getting better and better and better. So I came away Nathaniel Joseph just had a huge night, blew up, and the elder Mary Malagoa had some huge behind the line stops in the first quarter. I mean, I thought it was a decent showing.
Yeah, I mean, I was there, unlike some of the other people around here, and I got a firsthand look. And there's a lot to, honestly, I have a lot of takeaways. So, Ro, were you able to watch?
I absolutely did.
Okay, perfect. And I was going to ask you earlier, and I totally forgot. But
no problem.
I rewatched it afterwards as well, because when I was down there, I couldn't see, you can't see a whole lot, to be quite honest with you. But there are some takeaways that I was very happy with. And I agree with you. The first quarter, the first drive, they moved the ball very, very well and then stalled in the red zone. Let's talk about the red zone. What I loved to see in the red zone, a lot of fades. Of fades. So they're taking shots. Taking shots. And I like it. Yeah. I mean, look, you have to be able to have that play. You have to be able to have the guy or two of the guys that can make those plays, right? First one went to Colby. And a great breakup, to be honest with you. And then the pass, let's talk about the pass to Jacoby. An absolute, if you want to say dime, you want to say TV dime, an elite level throw. Like he literally didn't have to move, and it was within an inch and a half in that back corner. Just a brilliant throw. Shows you what type of arm talent he has. So, yeah, and it was tough during the first quarter. There's no doubt. Defense was stacking them up. Defensively, Malagoa, right? Row. You wanted to see who was going to start. I will tell you this. The other gentleman was in street clothes. Mm-hmm. And physically looks very slimmed down. Mm-hmm. Right? So much leaner than he was last year.
Talking about Corey Flagg.
Correct. So take that for whatever it is. Absolutely leaner, but did not play. Malagoa looked great. Malagoa caught Jacoby George on that little slip screen up the sideline. He was the one who ran him down. Ruben Bain, You want to talk about this kid?
Yeah.
Say whatever you want. Say whatever you want about Ruben Bain. He might be the best defensive lineman we have right now. Better than Leonard Taylor. I'm just saying it.
Akeem Messidor.
Maybe or maybe not. All I know is he's a menace, like an absolute menace. I mean, he had 3 sacks.
Mm-hmm.
Not a 5-star.
What was your take? I mean, I have all kinds of stuff to talk about, to be honest with you.
I was letting you take the lead. I was being your goose, buddy. You were being Mav. I was being Goose. Just don't eject me into the canopy, bro. That's all I'm asking.
I won't.
You were there.
You in a bad spot.
No, because I'm just going to pick up with some of my assessments later. Some of it, for the most part, fortuitous foreshadowing for me. Like I've seen a couple good things. Yep. There's some things I have concerns with, some things that less concerned. I agree with your take with Hurricane Bain. Immediately after that spring game, immediately went back to his recruiting ranking and why this kid wasn't a 5-star. Kid was just, and like you said, you call him a menace. Perfect word for him. Absolute menace. I think he's going to factor this year. There's no way you're going to keep that kid off the field. 0 shot you're going to be able to keep that. And in this system, and I'll start there on the defensive side of the ball. I thought it was as advertised. A lot of people come from different ways. A lot of hands, guys at the line of scrimmage that are standing up like a hive of bees. It just seems like they got everywhere. They were pretty instinctive. I liked Malagoa a lot. That was one of my key takeaways too. And I'm like, this is what a defense could be. Malagoa, to me, if he's the implanted and that is the Mike linebacker going, that might be our first like 75 encroaching on 100 tackles per season linebacker that we've had in forever, right? We have been so destitute at that position. We've been so like the leading linebacker has like 42 tackles, right? I remember Dan Morgan with like 142 tackles. It's the linebacker position, right? You're supposed to tackle. So I think Malagoa can be that dude. And before I switch onto the offensive side of the ball where I have some concerns, I felt at least happy with the defensive side of the ball. And I knew we had some guys out, including Messidor, including Taylor and stuff like that. So,
yeah, those guys are out. And Cyrus Moss had another sack. He stood up a lot, right? And I think that's his role. I mean, this is a perfect defense for him.
We said that. We said that the week before.
Yeah, I mean, he can run a D end, but be standing up. I mean, he's really, really comfortable there.
And you know what? You saw a perfect example of the Guidry defense where the biggest change, it plays the pass and route to the run. So he was standing up and they tried to do that slip screen and he noticed it within a nanosecond. And he just like about faced, went in and made the tackle. And that's what Guidry, the advent of the pass, people pass more than they ever have. It's not I write football anymore. So I thought that play, and I thought he played it phenomenally, and it was good to see. Playing the pass and route to the run.
Yeah, and just to kind of piggyback off that, something that was very funny. I was standing there with Lance Leggett. Taste one, Bull Peanuts. Go get you some. Incredible. Anyways, we were standing there talking. We were watching the game, and we were laughing at some of this stuff because we were like, the defense has seen this too many times, right? We're like, just let them actually attempt the play, right, before you blow it up. And I think you saw that a little bit in the first corner, Toast, when they were literally, they knew what play was coming a couple times, and it was just one of those things where it was kind of funny. But yeah, defensively, I mean, and that's what you got. I think the corners played pretty well. There wasn't a whole lot of busted coverages, but you can see the offensive scheme, which is it's vertical. We talked about it. It's vertical. It's great little play to open the game to X, right? The little pitch reverse sweep, the little shovel reverse sweep, really, really nice. A lot of slip screens and a lot of variations of them, which I thought was pretty cool, right? Jacoby got the one, took it up the sideline. Haven't seen that in a while, right? Most of those slip screens were more bubble screens. These are more slip screens to the inside, yes.
And we saw some nice little 5-yard slants.
Mm-hmm. You're going to see that.
I mean, holy shit. There you go. It's second and short. It's third and short. Let's go ahead and just run a quick little, don't even give them time to react to it. It was nice, just the simple stuff,
Yeah, you're going to see some stuff that you that you missed that you may not have known that you missed, but then you see it and you realize, oh yeah, that makes sense. Fades, slants.
Dude, our offense sucked last year. It was so insanely bad.
So bad.
I mean, holy Christ.
It was like driving a Yugo and trying to get out of a mud pit.
Oh.
And listen, the offense was so bad last year, and we'll kind of pull back. That offense hurt us too. It hurt Miami fandom, but it hurt the OBB too, because all the hype, the praise, everything we've been telling you, and for the season to go off the rails that bad, it hurt everybody in this field. Nobody's paying attention to anything. Nobody cares. So we need to get butts back in seat. And I'm glad, the pushing the ball, making some big plays. At least they show that they're going to have the potential to do it. Now, who's going to catch those balls? We can have that debate later on. We can have that. I do want to ask you something, though, Scoop, before we get to the passing side of it, because that's when I want to interject. And on the quarterback, I want to talk about some of the concepts and the quarterback stuff. What did you feel about the run game?
Yeah, so Don Chaney needs to be healthy. I mean, that's the biggest takeaway, right? I mean, you look at schematically, and you're going to see. Here's what I like schematically in the run game. It's light years better than last year's guy, right? As far as creativity, some really nice pulls, and you watched it. Some really nice pulls that almost, we like to say that who's that gentleman? God, I'm getting old. Who's the guy who was here before? The offensive coordinator.
Here?
Josh Gaddis.
Before Josh Gaddis.
Oh,
Enos?
Lash?
Enos?
Yeah, that
Lashley?
guy. No, it's a God almighty. But, Lashley, he would kind of pull some guys, making you half the line would pull, making you think it was a run when they were actually throwing it, right? So, you got a little bit more of that creativity in there, which I very much like. Henry Parrish is good. We know he's good. We know he can be the workhorse. Don Chaney is the best running back on the team. He's been the best running back on the team for 3 years. However, he has not been able to stay healthy. Once again, you saw he's the best. He has to be healthy. For us to have the ability to run the ball effectively with more than one cat, he's got to be the guy. So I hope he can be healthy, because it's really nice. He a really, really late check down out of the backfield from Tyler. He went through, 4 or 5 progressions before he got back to Chaney on that backside. It was on the field side. And, Chaney can catch. It was nice. A nice little ditch on the outside, and he got, 6, 7, 8 yards. It's just the stuff that you need. There's certain things that you need, right? Arroyo's not out there, right? We lost Mallory. So you have Skinner. Arroyo will be back, but you did see a really nice, a nice play from Riley Williams, which he's that next dude in line. So, but you need that. Like, we're lacking depth. Running back. We lack depth at wide receiver. We lack depth at tight end. It's a little weird how all of a sudden, now we have the guy from Oregon at tight end, so he's some depth, but all of a sudden we're a little shallow on some things.
Well, you mentioned Riley, and he's going to need to get bigger. He's like, and that's the issue when you're looking at true freshmen that haven't been in the program yet, is these guys they need to get bigger. Like, Riley has all the potential in the world, but he ain't going to be able to last for an entire season with that body right now. He needs to put on 20 pounds of muscle.
Look, I saw Arroyo there, and he's bigger than I've ever seen him. So
well, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
He's the guy anyway. Let's be real.
Exactly. But I get it. Listen, and it was one of the things I wanted to mention is that you talk about this team, and there's a lot of spots where we're going to have freshmen legit challenging for the 2 deep.
Correct.
And we've said Miami is not in that position where we should be relying on them, an over-reliance of it. And I know it's the transfer portal market, and that kind of changes things as well, because that was one of my overarching takeaways was, man, they still seem like they're a little light in the pants at certain positions. Wide receivers look really skinny. Now, that's a position where you can be skinny, right? Devontae Smith ends up winning a Heisman. He's a tiny dude, right? So I'm not sitting there, but you're looking for they don't have necessarily arm definition. I mean, you have like Colby Young and then everybody else. Colby Young looks like this prototype NFL guy. And I thought some linebackers looked a little skinny. I maybe even a defensive end. Now I know Jason Taylor was like, listen, they always said I was too skinny. They said I was too skinny in high school, college, and in the NFL, and on the way to get my gold jacket. But when you see some of these SEC teams, right? There's some grown mans in them, right? They're big. And I remember us playing Clemson a few years ago and going over there. That was one of the first things a father of a player told me. He's like, Ro, they are so much bigger than us. They are. It's like our wide receivers are getting bodied by their corners, and on the flip side, their wide receivers are having their way with us. So I still kind of got a little sense of that. We'll see what the cavalry looks like when it comes in. Even though some freshmen are coming in, the transfer portal is going to be open. The transfer portal giveth and taketh away. We'll talk about that later too. But overarching, that's what it was. In terms of quarterback play, I liked TVD. He seems comfortable. I think this is so much a better system for him. He's a guy you want to push the ball downfield. He's a guy that can make you look good. When it's not there, he's a guy that can go ahead and go through his progressions and check it down. I thought Emory Williams was the clear-cut 2. I thought he looked pretty good. I liked some of his upside.
I think pretty good is an understatement.
I think
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was there and I was
from the jump. I was like, that is not 3-star film. I was like, it's not 3-star film. It is not 3-star film. From the second I saw him, you don't go to the Elite 11. If that kid had a tiger with purple and gold, a T that was that burnt orange, whatever Tennessee orange, or an A Crimson Tide, he is not, I promise you, a 3-star. He goes to the Elite 11, he's bumped up to a 4-star the next day. Don't let your mama fool you. The subscription bias is real. That kid's film was never 3-star. Never. So it does not surprise me. The kid had the goods. He had he had such clean mechanics. I thought Jakari kind of struggled a little bit, and I'll talk about the offense and premise, but I want to get your takes on the quarterbacks too. I thought Jakari out there was a little hesitant where the ball, especially downfield. I thought he was holding the ball just a little too long, and to me, that's the order that I went. I thought it was TVD 1, I thought it was Emory 2, and I thought it was Jakari 3. Now, that doesn't mean this is a wholesale write-off Jakari. Absolutely not, because system speaking, you didn't have plays for Jakari that were tailor-made, I felt, for Jakari. Like, you have to be able to accentuate his style of play. He's one of the best athletes on the team, right? You do that, he's going to shine. But I just thought with the base vanilla spring offense, that was my ranking in terms of what those guys were able to accomplish.
So for me, I came away, that was my biggest takeaway from the spring game, was that we need to get a backup quarterback in the portal. And I agree with you, Ro. I was blown away by Emory. Kid has went into the playbook. He's coming out in his first series and he's directing players around because they're in the wrong spot. They're lined up wrong. And I'm like, wow, okay. So that's the thing. That's impressive. He's been putting in the time. And then I tweeted this out, and I love Jakari. Absolutely do. We've had him on, phenomenal young man, and think he's got just a ton of potential. But I said this, if he isn't able to figure out the accuracy on his deep ball in the next 12 months, Emory has a legit shot to beat him out next year if those two are the two guys going to be quarterback 1. And that's like he's got to work on. Yeah, dude. And I came and listen, I don't believe, Scoop, that you want to have a true freshman be your backup quarterback in this day and age. And I saw the way Jakari played, and I came away thinking he needs to go find a transfer portal quarterback to be the backup, because I don't think right now you can count on Jakari to come in and be able to maintain the same level that TVD is going to be bringing to the table. I think it's a huge drop off right now. And listen, I'm not hating on the kid. I just think he needs more time to develop into what he can be. But right now, that was my takeaway.
Yeah, and honestly, from just looking at it, based on what you saw on Friday, I can fully understand where you're coming from. I have a little bit of a different take on it. So, I mean, we can talk about Emory, and I've said it. I said this whenever whenever he committed, and I said, you can pin this, bookmark it, do whatever you want. He's going to have a better career than Arch Manning. And if you ended their career after the spring game, I'm 100,000% correct.
Yeah, Texas fans are calling him a bust already. I mean, like, come on, really?
Yes,
I mean, wow.
Yes. Well, and look,
Jesus.
And I'm not surprised. I told you guys this. I'm not surprised. So I'm steadfast on that. I believe it until it doesn't happen. That being said, his mind was so calm out there. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew where to go, when to go, where people should be, as you mentioned. He was lining people up. He was changing plays, which Shannon Dawson allows you to do in this offense. He clearly looks like he's capable of running this system and running it well, proficiently. Here's my take on Jakari, who, by the way, I want to let everybody know that the announcer throughout the entire game, the whole game, called him Jakuri.
Oh, God.
And as I was standing on this is true story, as I was standing on the field with Jakari after the game when we were chatting, I said, you know he called you Jakuri the whole time, right? He's like, no, did he? I was like, yeah, the whole time. He's like, man, I know it's a you, but that ain't right. Like it was so foul. As I say, it's not even my fault. Like I wanted to tell him. I felt bad for the guy. I knew he was going to get in trouble. It's Jakari. It's a U, pronounced as an A. Just get used to it. Anyway, here's my take on it. My take on it is that they ran maybe 10% of the install. And I believe that 10% doesn't favor Jakari. I believe that there's a fraction or a portion of the remaining 90% that is really, really favorable to his game and is why he is slotted as the 2. Because, look, if that's a microcosm, very small sample size, but if that's a microcosm of what they've seen all spring, with that percent of plays that they're running, Jakari's not coming in with the 2s. Let's be real, right? I mean, that's your eyeballs will tell you that, which makes me think that the remaining of the offense is much better suited for his game. That's my take on it. I think that that's a reality.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I think that they absolutely listen. And Roe made a reference, and for those of you that aren't on the video, he just got a call, so we'll see when he makes it on back. But he's the best athlete on the team, and so I'm sure that they've got to have some packages for him that involve his legs and get him outside of the pocket,
of course,
and stuff like that. Obviously,
but you need to have more than
when
packages.
Folks were telling me. But there was a debate. We had a debate in the Discord during the game because we were talking about comparing how he was playing compared to Emery. And someone said, Emery could be quarterback 2 by mid-year. And I said, I don't think that'll happen only because the first month of the season, Jakari is guaranteed to get on the field. He is going to get in 2 games with set packages. And if they're effective, then he's going to keep getting into games with those, and he will maintain QB2. So I just thought that he has a huge advantage because he's guaranteed to see the field the first month of the season. And if he does well, there's no reason they're going to pull him off because Emery can't do what he can do with his legs. So, but in terms of being a pocket passing quarterback and, hitting a guy on a post route 40 yards down the field, that's where he has to work on things. And I'm sure he knows that, and I'm sure he'll put in the time, but that he's got to get some touch.
Yeah. Yeah. And I promise you that in this system, there are not just packages, but you saw it early with Tyler. One of maybe the third play was an option read that he handed off. And if he kept it, he was running until Sunday. So that's there for them. They're going to run that as part of their regular system. So that's certainly an option.
There was a moment in the first quarter where the offense was struggling a little bit, and it was third down, and Shannon had Tyler roll out, and then he had him run for it. But he knew he was going to get the first down because Shannon couldn't tackle him. And he had like two players, and it was just like, it's like, he's using, Gidry's like, you son of a bitch. Like, he's using it to his advantage. He's like, I got to keep my quarterback out there for another series. We're starting a little slow. So let me take advantage of the rules. You can't touch him. He's going to get a first down. All right. So listen, we talked about the 2 deep, and you talked about Don. You see Mark Fletcher getting an opportunity to get some run. Is he good enough, do you think, to be a true freshman that is maybe number 3 on the depth chart and helping out? I mean, because we don't have a lot of depth there if Citizen isn't healthy.
I will say this, and I mean, just look. Anybody in the stadium could see this. So this isn't something that I'm breaking. Citizen is still in a full brace, okay, and was walking with it completely immobilized.
Okay, so he's not close.
I mean, how long ago was that? Yeah. That was in the beginning of fall, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's 7 months ago, 8 months ago. Mm-hmm. And he's not bending his knee. So that I was absolutely surprised by that. So that tells me there's no chance. That's my opinion. I may be totally wrong, and maybe they were just doing it for precautionary reasons, and he's fine. But it felt a little odd, and I don't know. But if it's kind of like that, I don't see how he plays this year. And that being the case, I mean, I would think that Mark Fletcher absolutely gets a chance to run with the 3s if Chaney's healthy. And if Chaney's not healthy, which he's proven to not be able to stay healthy, then Mark might get him with the 2 deep, to be quite honest with you. Look, Mark Fletcher is very, very talented, but we all know, and we've said this 1,000 times, it's more than just being able to see holes and run the football, right? You have to understand coverages. You have to understand blocking schemes. You have to understand where the blitz is coming from. Really, really, really important for you to be able to block properly. So, can he pick up on that? I don't know. I'm not, I don't have the inside scoop on that. But can he be in the 3s? I mean, I would think it would be surprising if he wasn't.
All right. So the squad did pick up some recruits this week. Things starting to heat up there for 2024. Now ranked as the number 25 class. Chance Robinson, the 4-star wide receiver out of STA, went ahead and got Dylan Day, safety out of Baton Rouge. We'll see if that holds if LSU comes calling. He's a 3-star. Chris Wheatley Humphrey, top running back in Broward County, 3-star, averaged almost 17 yards a carry last year, which is just
pretty fast.
It's just video game numbers there. And then Juan Manaya, a gigantic human being at 6'6", 335 already at 17 years old. And he's a 3-star out of New Jersey, offensive tackle. The reason why I gave you the stars there, Scoopy, had 1 4-star, 3 3-stars commit. The other 2 earlier commits were also 3-stars, in Anderson and the kicker. And with 5 3s and only 1 4, the fan base has begun to talk. Oh, my Lord. Well, after his first year, really, now he can't close the deal for 4 and 5 stars and blue chips, and they're leaving. And, oh, my God, it's 3-star you.
Yeah, well, it's definitely going to mess up Rowe's blue chip ratio.
Which has gotten us so much great mediocre football over the last decade.
Yeah, I mean, fully agree with that. I think that, there's a lot of, look, it's really early, right? They've had their junior years. They're going to be seniors. Maybe some of these guys' film hasn't been reviewed all that much. And it's possible. We just talked about Emery and how the fact that he was a 3-star and Rowe and I look at the film and I make that, obnoxious claim about Arch Manning, and he tells you that he's easily a 4-star from the jump. A lot of these guys are going to get reevaluated. Look, you give me Humphrey Wheatley. Does that fit on his jersey? You think?
I don't know.
That's a lot of letters.
That's a lot of letters.
That's
a lot of letters.
Like, Smith Ball.
What are we looking at? Hold on. Let me count these out. What do we got here? Plus the hyphen. It's a
Humphrey,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17 spaces
17 letters and a hyphen.
No, it's 16 letters and a hyphen. Okay. So 17.
I didn't know you were going to be that smart there.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of letters. So I will say this. Give me him and Chris Johnson. And I'm not sure who's going to catch either one of them. I mean, those dudes are Humphrey Wheatley is. I mean, I got to come up with a nickname for him or something. I can't say that every time.
No, yeah, I know.
Wheatley. Can we just say Wheatley?
I don't know. CWH. I don't know.
I mean, God, is it offensive if we just say Wheatley? So, yeah, he's fast.
Yeah, I don't know who the Humphrey is.
Yeah, I don't know. And South Broward kid. I remember, man, we had a South Broward kid commit. He was good too. And then he failed all his classes and he went up to Marshall. That was forever ago. Can't remember his name. So yeah, here's the thing. The staff's doing their evaluations. They're going to tell you, and we're going to tell you, they don't give two bananas about whatever stars are on, that they have their own evaluations. They're looking for certain things within players. They're also looking for players who actually want to work. They're looking for players who will buy in. They're looking for players who are going to commit to the culture, being good kids. We've said that, right? You can't be a 5-star and a dumbass. You got to be, you take a 4-star and somebody who's willing to do his Cam Kinchins. Talk about him, right? He's a 4-star that Blue said he's the best safety he's seen down here since who knows when. And he just got his name hung in the rafters. So they know what they're looking for. You have to trust them. I mean, look, oh God, the people say, oh, that 3-star, you don't know what you're looking at. You don't know what they're looking for. But you're going to say that you know better than what they're trying to pull into the style. Have you had conversations with these kids? Right? Have you figured out that maybe they're the gym rat that isn't on social media? That is, the Dan Morgans of the world? 3-star, by the way. Not even sure they had stars back then, but 3-star from Taravella. You got to trust what they're doing. Or not, or just be a bunch of jokers.
Well, yeah, I agree. Like, listen, you brought Mario in because he's an amazing recruiter. Well, you got to trust that he knows who he's going after. And here's the other thing. I understand that the 4 and 5 stars are what carry the conversation during the forever offseason. I get it. It gets the fan bases excited. I get all of that. But as I said like 10 minutes ago, we've been a blue chip ratio team since we started this fucking podcast. What has it gotten us? Seriously.
Think about that.
It's gotten us nothing.
What did we say back in the day? We do less with more better than anybody in the country.
So, I mean, listen, do I want us to get a couple of 5s and some 4? Absolutely. But, bro, I also firmly believe that this program has utterly failed at developing 3, 4, and 5 stars once they get here. Even 2s, like, we just haven't developed them. They develop more when they get to the next level because someone drafted them in the 6th or 7th round, and then they start developing. So, I mean, what have we done with it? Nothing. So if he is seeing a guy like Minaya, who is 6'6", 335 at 17, and apparently has great agility, if he thinks that he's going to be a 5-star tackle or guard by the time he's a sophomore or junior, fucking let's go. I mean, he can turn him into that. That's the whole point, isn't it?
Well, yes.
I mean, shit, man.
Look, I will tell you this. You can, and we've kind of beat this to a dead horse a little bit, but we've mentioned how it's tough for Mario until he proves that he can showcase wide receivers. And I believe with this offense, he certainly can. But until he proves he can showcase wide receivers, he's going to have an uphill battle against the top recruiters in the country who are recruiting the same guys.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
And it has no difference how many ATV accidents Hartline has, and thankfully he's okay.
Yes. Not going to matter.
Nah, not going to matter.
That being said.
I mean, you guys got to realize, bro, you got recruits looking at a team that went 5-7 with the worst offense in the history since, well, I've been a fucking fan in the 80s. And you're surprised they're looking elsewhere? Like, what the fuck?
It's just, I mean, that's his Achilles heel.
Yeah.
It is. We've said this before, and until he starts producing those guys, it's going to be tough. It's tough. Look, you have to be able to sell a good, right? I mean, the narrative can be spun either way. We need you, you're the guy, or come be the next guy, right? Recruiting is not that hard. When you talk about offensive linemen, if he took 6 1 and 2 stars, I'd believe him. Those your guys? You don't think he knows what he's looking at? Those your guys? Okay. My guys too. I got you. You have to believe that. So I don't care what stars any of these offensive linemen are put under. You got to believe that they're good enough to be what Mario wants them to be.
And with all due respect, I don't care if he's 3 stars or not. If Broward's leading rusher went anywhere else, half of you would lose your fucking shit on Twitter.
That's true.
You would. How the hell we lose him? How we lose Broward's leading rusher to friggin', wherever? Stop. All right.
True.
Here's what's going on. We got some serious transfer portal stuff that we got to talk about.
Roe says he'll be back in 10 minutes.
Roe will be back for that. Roe's going to be back for that. So some serious stuff going on that you're all going to really, really like. But before we get into that, we want to talk about our friends. As always, they've been with us since 2018. It is Ed Morse Automotive Group, now to also include Teddy Morse's Harley Davidson of Daytona Beach. And if you are looking for a ride from any one of their tons of brands, all you got to do is check out edmorse.com. All the brands are available there. You can shop, look for trade-ins, all that stuff. You can buy it online, and you can set yourself up with an appointment to go to one of the dealerships. They've got everything. They'll take care of everything. The price protection promise has you guaranteed and protected. It is edmorse.com, and make sure you let them know the Orange Bowl boys sent you. Scoop?
Yeah.
How are your testicles today?
Oh, they're good.
Are they?
Good. Yeah, I mean, they're good every day, to be honest with you. They're clean.
Yep.
The lawnmower. Look, this is nothing new to me. I'm doing it for 30 years. But this equipment is good. The equipment is good, safe. Get much less of the nicks. The nicks they're not that bad until you get in the shower to wash off, and then it's like, whoa! I didn't know I did that. Yeah. Woo! But yeah, Manscaped is great, man. I love this stuff.
Listen.
You guys use the preservers and the lotions and the. You need help with the tightening up. What's that called? The revival thing. The
reviver. Yeah. Listen, dude. I was going to mention that I actually used the lawnmower this week. I don't use the lawnmower that often, but just amazed at the fact that it's got that protector on there, and you can just go places with much more confidence than I was able to with an old clipper. Terrified that I might nick myself.
With the metal clippers.
Oh, stop it. Those teeth going back and forth. Oh, God, Jesus Christ.
It's like Porky Beans.
Yes.
Was it Frankie Beans, Porky Beans, whatever he was saying. Frankie Beans.
Yeah, the Frank's up above the beans are above the Frank.
Yeah. It was filmed at that scene was filmed at Plantation City Hall.
You go to Manscaped, whatever you want to buy, the lawnmower, all the stuff, just put in promo code OBB, get 20% off. And sometimes, if they already have an existing deal, you can stack our promo code on top of it and turn a 20% deal into a 40% deal. So, Manscaped, promo code OBB, get it done. And then lastly, we'll talk about our good friend, Beating the Bookie, who, bro, like, would you say is he best at golf?
Man,
it seems like I've never seen anyone that can pick golf like he can, dude. Like,
he's very good. I mean, we almost had Spieth again last week. And just missed a first round winner again. Golf, I would say golf and NHL. Golf and NHL are really, and it's funny because, and I've seen him say this, and I have heard this in the past, not a lot of people bet hockey. As much as there's this many people who bet football, because I don't know. It's like because they enjoy watching it more. But are you in this to make money, or are you in this to just watch the sport and root for the fact and hope that you make money? But NHL is probably the biggest moneymaker because the lines are always the same, right? There's only so many totals, 6, 6.5, or 7. Rarely do they get to 5.5 or 7.5. They're always 1.5 point spreads, 1.5 goal spreads, if you want to say. So I tell you what, though. I mean, last week again, the Masters, 34 units. Last week he was up. His favorite tournament of the year. So if you guys haven't gotten in, I don't know when you guys are going to hear this, but the Zurich Open in Nolens. Our boy Novak is back on the track this week, out there with his boy Cole. Cone or Cole? Which one is it? I think it's Cone. I think it's Cone. I think somebody else. I think Saunders is with Cole.
Okay.
I'm correct. Anyway, Novak's back out there this week. Had a couple weeks off. So he was back out there to kick some ass. And it's beating the bookie's favorite tournament of the year because it's the most predictable tournament of the year. Again, what are you trying to do? You're trying to make money. So you want the highest percentages possible to make some money. So at Beating the Bookie on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, beatingthebookie.com is where you buy your packages. So you trim your balls, you buy your packages. Hey-o.
All right, everybody, we're back. So they say the portal giveth and it taketh away.
That sound was, man, we had so much fun with that, didn't we?
Yeah.
When Manny walked into the portal door.
Yeah.
God, that was fun. That was fun.
This sound may turn out to be a nightmare now. So let's just throw it out there. It is out there on Twitter. It's been talked about, being talked about yesterday afternoon in various places. It got out on Twitter, and there's a rumor. And just throw it out. I have no idea if there's smoke here, but there's a rumor that Tyler Van Dyke is being approached with many an NIL offer, and rumors that Miami's negotiating with him, and there's a chance he may portal out. One of the teams mentioned was Alabama. Go fuck me in the ass.
Prima Noctra. Prima Noctra. Every time I hear Alabama, Prima Noctra.
Oh, fuck.
If we cannot get them out, we'll breathe them out. We'll portal them out. Right, Nick?
Bro, this can't happen. This can't happen. This can't happen.
From the strategic business move, you know what the right move would be, right? Let's take the Miami fandom out of it, and we play a role-playing game, an RPG, where Tyler's our son. Okay? I think the move's rather obvious.
Fuck, bro, really?
Yeah.
Well, you got to take yes. Look, we're the rational ones. I believe in this sort. Go ahead. Let him talk.
So listen. Last year didn't turn out the way we wanted it to.
It was a giant shit sandwich row.
Exactly. Look at what Alabama has a history of doing in terms of the quarterback position the last few years. We are going to talk about how we need some maybe put portal wide receivers, right? They don't need wide receivers there. They don't need anything on their roster whatsoever. It is as plug and play as you could potentially. Got to beat out whoever's there, but he's got the skill set to do it. We know that. You got to compete. He doesn't have to compete here. That's the only thing Miami has. He does not have to compete here. It's his. There's no way that a freshman or Jakari are going to usurp his position. He's got to compete a little bit, but if the money's right, he gets his job out. It's a no-brainer. I mean, on paper, it's a no-brainer. Absolute no-brainer. And if he decides to stay despite the rumor, and we'll tell you what we feel he's going to do. And if he does stay despite the rumor, man, you have to drape him in a loyalty cloak, because that is one loyal kid. In a NIL market where we've seen loyalty very few and far between these days, right? even legacy kids of up and left like a fart in the wind. What say you, fuzzy britches? That's exactly what a lot of these kids do. I'm just saying. You now you take the role playing cap. You put it on. You tell me what you would tell your son to do.
I'm going to be fucking sick. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's
son, let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story, son. Let me tell you a story, son. Let me tell you a story about the world in 2023, young man. All right? No one has loyalty anymore. Loyalty is worth, you can do more with loyalty than all those dollars in your bank account. Mm-hmm. Loyalty is not going to get you total fandom with an entire fan base. Just cashing out for the big check now, you'll regret that when you're 80, living in your 18-room mansion with no worries about retirement. Fuck!
I want to circle back around to put my final stamp on it before we go.
Yeah. I mean, look, I gotta be honest with you, Toast. That's a terrible pitch. I mean, I appreciate the loyalty aspect because, I mean, look, there
is no pitch, bro. There is no pitch for it. That's the whole point.
I understand.
There's no argument.
I know there's no argument.
If you're the father, there is no argument. It's son, leave.
Yeah, I mean, look, I have sparrows tattooed on me because of loyalty. I believe in it 1,000%. It's the truth. And I'm getting more. But, and Rose said it perfectly. If he, I don't know anything about anything. I will tell you this. I didn't know anything about this until 10 minutes before this show went on. I didn't know. I don't know. I had no idea what people were talking about. No idea what was happening. So I'm just addressing a topic that apparently is being out there in the public, right? And my opinion is that if he stays, if the other stuff is real, let's say that it is. I'm being purely hypothetical. I'm not saying anything. I don't want anybody to say that I said something. Being hypothetical. If he does stay, Rose 1,000% right. You have to give him
a statue,
the benefit of any doubt that ever enters your mind.
Yes.
Because any other person in his situation, if this is in fact the case, would not have.
So let me ask you this.
That is plain. There is zero question about it. So how much does that factor in? Because look, he played here last year on a massive discount.
Yep.
Huge discount. And then committed again. Even when Gaddis was still here, committed to the program. So if he stays committed, if anyone ever has anything poor to say about the kid, you're a demon. Like a literal piece of shit. Wait till Roll gets back, and then I'll give you my take on what he's going to do.
I am curious about the timing. I'm wondering what's going on, only because I can only imagine that whatever offers are out there now, these offers people were reaching out in January and February as well. And so I'm just wondering what has changed. Is he not as big a fan of the new OC as he thought he was going to be? Because
Well, I'll tell you what changed is now, April 15th, the portal opened.
Well, no, but the portal was already open before, though. There's already been a portal this offseason.
Yes,
and he came out guys knew we knew Bryce Young was gone. So
yeah, but
it's
what
like,
if that wasn't
I'm just saying.
What if this hypothetical situation just simply wasn't there then? What if
I don't know? I'm wondering if anything changed. That's all.
Saban just wants to be the biggest piece of douche.
Well, here's my thing. Listen, we made fun of when we were talking about NILs. When we were talking about the NIL era, over the last couple of years. we mentioned the fact that we felt that Miami was going to have an advantage over places like that are in Tuscaloosa in small college towns because they would be able to match what those boosters would be able to throw out. And my question is if everything that we're hearing is true, if these rumors on Twitter are true, and Alabama is knocking at his door, what the hell is that number looking like? And is Miami really in a position to be able to match that number? Because it's 7 figures.
Nick's a hypocrite, so I don't want to hear it. He was always, I don't like the NIL. If it does go through and NIL was part of it, and yes, the Alabama allure is part of it, Nick, you're a hypocrite. Shut up. I don't want to hear about your, everything's an unfair advantage. You've been an unfair advantage since you started. You didn't do it clean, by the book, by the whistle. The Dodge Charger Nation's alive and well. You started complaining about NIL, and look at you. Look at you, Nick. You got caught red-handed and red-headed. Look at that. You caught a redhead. For me, and I just wanted to put the stamp, and I had to go, and I'm back. But I just lived through this as a father. And I know it's not college athletics, right? But I had a little girl who was talented. She was on a club. Loyalty matters a lot, and we had a nice discussion, and we did what was best for her future. You fast forward. She qualified in the highest division in the land. She's in the 5th. They're 4th now in the country. The amount of exposure and everything that's gone along with it, and some of the doors that have opened by our move to go to the Alabama. We even have Alabama colors. I laugh. To go to an Alabama-esque program, I couldn't pass that up as a dad. I mean, and yes, listen, and I'm a big listen. You never cut what you can't untie, right? And that's big for me. Sometimes things aren't going to work out. In this case, the Alabama allure or something, whatever, and I was like, just don't cut what you can untie. Untie it as peacefully as you can. Don't cut it. No, none of this. And some of these recruits out the door, hey, peace out, Miami, deuces, and all that. Don't cut it. Just untie it. Go on. We wish you the best, and that's what you need to do. Never cut that relationship. But like you said when you started, Toast, the portal giveth, and the portal taketh away. And Nick's a liar.
Hey, listen, yeah, we'll see what happens. The portal. I mean, we did lose someone in the portal yesterday. Former 4-star from Chris Columbus, Jabari Ishmael, defensive end, is out. Yeah. So, anything else on the TVD rumor, or do we move on to other portal news?
I mean,
there's other portal chatter out there.
Do you have a prediction?
I believe that he will stay because folks that were born and raised in Connecticut are just loyal and good people.
And they got good pizza.
Oh my God, I almost forgot about this. Hold on, go ahead. Give me yours, and then I'm glad you said that. I would have gotten in trouble if I didn't bring this up. Go ahead.
My prediction is also that he does stay. He had the opportunity to leave last year, and he didn't. And I don't know. I just call it a hunch. I think he stays.
Scoop.
Is this like question 1 of 5 questions?
What is he? Is he writing something down? He's going to show it?
No, God. I did write something down.
It's like the newlywed game.
Man, I don't have an answer.
You have to have an answer.
You know what's scary?
Oh, fucking stand up and make a stand.
You know what's scary though? So I want to pull back the curtain again. Earlier he's like, no chance. So the fact he's actually deliberating right now.
He thinks
scary.
he's going to go. Just say it, Scoop. Just
scary.
say it. You think he's going to go.
He's looking at his phone too.
Yeah. He's looking for last minute info.
And I have been too, trust me. I've been looking too.
I was after the game. I was shown a text thread by somebody. He said, "Oh, you got to show this to Toast, or you got to tell this to Toast." And he shows me, and the name of the text thread is, I believe it was hashtag AOF sucks.
Fucking excuse me?
Yep.
Anybody talking to Jamie fucking Murphy or something?
No.
What the fuck is going on? Who's taking shots at winged beavers?
Oh.
Oh, I was like, what is AOF?
Who the hell fucking has that chat going on?
Oh, Papa Van Dyke.
Really? You know what? Go to fucking Alabama. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my God, dude! He's like, dude, you gotta tell him this, and I was like, what does it mean? And so he told me,
motherfuckers.
Oh, we were cracking up, dude. It was so funny. He loves you. He loves you.
I know. I love him too. Other chatter in the portal. So Bear Alexander has entered the portal, defensive tackle. Everyone thinks he's stepping in for what's his name that's going to the draft. Who was it? Jalen Carter.
He entered the portal. Huh? He entered the portal. Yeah.
Yeah, entered the portal. Yeah.
Was he?
You want him?
Well, I mean, yes, but
he had a couple sacks in the championship game.
Yeah, I mean,
played well.
Miami was a finalist, so to speak. Was that with Manny or was that with Mario? What year is he?
That would have had to have been with Manny.
Okay. I thought so. I mean, I think so.
But here's the thing. Here's the issue with him. Chatter is Bear hates classes, off-season programs, and studying.
I mean, I don't like any of that stuff either.
I'm going to the league, bro.
Let's be honest. I mean, that's a bunch of years. No. We can't say that. Student athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Got to go to class, kids.
Got to. Last piece of chatter I saw. There's talk that there is someone who is regretting not picking Miami last year.
Does he go to a school that begins with a T and ends in MU?
Possibly. Apparently, yeah, openly saying that he wishes he had gone to Miami now. So I don't know. Maybe that's a portal possibility. I have no idea. Would you welcome Mr. Stewart over?
Yeah. I mean, that.
Well, hold on.
No, but listen. I have nothing against
Is he
Mr.
coming by
Stewart.
himself?
No.
Yeah, or is Mo showing up with him?
Yeah. No, that issue.
By himself, okay.
Yeah.
By himself, okay. With the other guy, no.
Mm-hmm. But Mario talked about it. It's like the importance of coming second in terms of the recruiting battle. It's just you might lose out, but when you're second, you're first in the portal, and it's a situation
nowadays, right? Yeah. So second isn't always the first loser.
Yeah, it's the first winner in the portal.
Right. So you got to look at the positive of things.
And I think Mario actually made that comment in reference to him. So, yeah, we need. Hey, you build championships in the trenches. So
crazy.
That's
dude.
what we do.
Honestly, the portal is just nuts.
It's insane. It's great.
Can we?
It's free agency.
I know. So we didn't talk about it. So we brought it up. We talked about it. We gave our predictions. What happens if that happens?
Well, yeah, you need to go get a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You need a quarterback because you can't start Emory.
But I mean, you're just going to go steal somebody? I mean, look, not with that talent.
No.
Honestly, in my line of work, if that ends up happening, that's when you look at this season. And we call it writing off the building, right? That one's gone.
Well, then all of a sudden, you're writing off the first 2 years.
Yep.
Now you're writing off the first 2 years.
That's correct.
And now all of a sudden it's like, well, is it going to happen in year 3? Like, I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, you write off that season. Your proverbial number one overall guy ends up leaving.
Here's what we'll do. And man, would this piss some people off.
Oh, real quick, can we get Marsh to jump back in a pool? Maybe Jake Garcia comes back. Jump back in a pool, buddy. Go ahead, Scooby.
Here's what we do. Just for this season, we just change our name. Just for the year. Just for one season.
Okay.
Who changes the pod?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, sure, 100%.
Bama Boys.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
BB. Bama Boys.
Yeah.
Bama Boys.
The original Bama Boys.
There you go. OBB.
Stands for
the
original Bama Boys.
Yeah.
Original Bama Boys.
Yeah. Right there.
Perfect.
It's perfect, right?
Yeah, I've been a Bama fan since.
We literally don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
No, I've been a Bama fan since I don't know that guy.
Saban. When did Saban get there? We've been Bama fans since he got there.
Love that guy.
We weren't upset at all when he lied to the Dolphins. Not at all.
All right, well, here.
I hate
Well,
the
so
Dolphins.
you just brought it up right in the season off. CBS Sports comes out with their list of the 7 college football coaches under the most pressure this year, and Mario's on the list, along with Jimbo Fisher and Billy Napps, but he is one of the 7 on the list under the most pressure this year. And I think we can agree, yeah.
That's fair, but I don't think it's pressure to lose job. It's pressure.
No, not to lose your job.
It's pressure to improve. And I agree. Like, he has the most pressure to improve. Nobody expected him to go 5-7. Nobody. He has the most pressure to improve. And that's that. Now, speaking of proof, still early. I don't want to get involved in this recruiting. It's still way, 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 way too early. But I'm a little bit of a star whore.
But you did. Well, we had this conversation when you weren't here, and all the 3-stars are really messing up your blue chip ratio,
Big time.
which has done so well for us.
Yeah, been phenomenal.
No,
great results.
The only thing that I'm okay with is Alonzo's in the building. He's seen some guys, and I go back to what he's always said. Really, truly, there's only a couple 5-stars every high school, and the difference between 3s and 4s are microscopic, minuscule. So at this point, you got to trust their evaluations. He's in the building. This is like year 1, year 2, and we'll go from there.
There you go.
Way too early to sell. Mario still has that pedigree, but he has that pedigree. So when it's not blue chip guys, I don't fully know what to think just yet. And I haven't formed my full opinion, and that's where I'll leave it.
His NCAA made changes. They've lifted restrictions on official visits. Used to be 5, now unlimited. Players can go on as many official visits as they want beginning July 1st. It's an absolute free-for-all. Total free-for-all.
The top 5 disappeared. It's the top 20.
Top 20.
And you're not going to see anybody. I'm taking 20
vacation every weekend.
They're going to take visits on top of visits. They're going to go to like Florida State and Miami at the same time. Listen, I'm going to go I'm going to go to Miami for breakfast. I'll be at Florida State for dinner. Where are you guys going to eat on Saturday? All right, I'll come back. I'll stay at Florida State for lunch, and I'll come back and hit the Rusty Pelican on Sunday. So, yeah, let's go. I'm going to take 2 of my trips at the same time. And then I'm going to go to Hawaii.
Awesome.
Fucking insane. Hawaii's going to get so many visits now. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but
they might pluck a couple that they don't expect.
They might. Let's think about logistics, though. Hosting those visits costs money, right? So what did that just do to the recruiting budget now that they have an open, basically, seating arrangement? They can go ahead and book their tables across the country. So I'm curious to see what, some of these teams do in terms of their logistics and how much they're paying for these visits.
And it really is that is great for the kids, not great for the coaches, because when you had limited space, right, and maybe you wanted to hold off on a kid to see if you brought somebody else and you get that person to commit, blah, 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 right? So if you start holding off on kids, those kids are going to get turned off, because they know you have unlimited access to have me there anytime you want. I can come, coach. I can come anytime I want, right? So if you keep telling a kid no because you're waiting for somebody else, he knows you've got the space to show up. Can be an issue. There's so many variances that go into all that stuff.
All right. Last thing before we get into 5 questions. It was a cool little article I was reading today. So, and I know maybe you might not be aware of it, but the University of Washington had a pretty solid season last year, and they're pretty much bringing back everyone, including their quarterback, Michael Penix. Their goal from the jump right now is they think they're winning the national title this year. If I say to you, who's going to win the Natty, but you have to remove, this is like Wheel of Fortune. Certain things you got to remove out of it.
RSTLNE,
You cannot CDMA. Yeah, exactly. You cannot pick Bama, Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, or Clemson. Who is your team to win the national Natty this year?
Love this.
Who is my team to win? All right, I got one.
You can't use the Big 5.
Okay, I'm not going to use the Big 5.
Okay. Who you got, Ro?
Florida State.
Get the fuck out of here. What are you? I'm putting up missing Ro. Hold on. I'm putting missing Ro back up on the screen. Get the hell out of here. No, he's gone. He's gone.
Might as well go along with it.
All right.
I don't know. I don't even care. As long as it's not Miami, I don't really care. I don't want Florida State. They can't catch us in national championships in 1 year. And I want Miami to win the next one before Florida State in Florida. I desperately need it to happen because we will literally make OBB doubled them up shirts. We doubled them up. We got 6, you got 3. We doubled you up, bro. I mean, we are twice as good of a program as you. That's what's on the stake. That's what's on the line here. If you just win one before they do it, you double up the stake. So we need this to happen. Double them up.
All right. I am going to go, since I'm not going to go with Washington because Penix threw himself out there, I will go with one that will delight our audience.
You're going to steal mine.
Penn State.
Oh, that wasn't mine. Really?
Penn State.
What's worse?
They're bringing pretty much everybody back.
Or Penn State. Saying Florida State is worse? I guess, yeah, because Manny's the only elite. Yeah, okay.
I was going to stay in the Pacific Northwest, which will really delight everybody as well.
Oregon. That was number 2.
Go Ducks.
My backup for me was that Jaden Rashada goes on a tear in Arizona State.
State. Hey, dilly.
Yeah, dilly.
He'll probably perform pretty well. I don't know what their quarterback situation is like. I would imagine he'd be pretty decent in that offense.
Listen, dilly versus our boy Jed Fish in the all Arizona matchup.
Yes.
Do they call that something? Is that like?
It's got to be for a trophy of some sort, like the sand trophy. I don't know, the cacti. I don't know.
Cacti is the golden cacti.
The golden cacti.
The golden cacti bowl.
All right, boys, are we ready for 5 questions?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
5 questions.
I got number 1, Ro.
I got number 2.
You're evading the police in a high-speed pursuit. What song are you blasting?
Ooh, that is a great.
And there is a right answer.
Hold on.
Are you Googling it?
No,
I have to look it up because I can't think of it.
I'm actually gonna play it.
Oh, you're gonna play it?
Yeah, I'm gonna play it.
All right, so we're gonna get a trademark strike against us. Beautiful.
Are we?
All right, hold on.
I don't know. What are you choosing?
I think they're cool. They're cool. They won't. I don't know why this came to mind.
All right,
but I think it's a.
What you got?
I think it's good. I think it's good. All right, it's got to play an ad. That will definitely copyright against us. Can't do this. I don't want to do a survey.
Mm-hmm.
No, skip survey. All right. All right.
Come on. Fuck the police.
This is mine. All right.
That's the answer.
I think this is solid too. Same, maybe era.
What is it?
Well, the video's taking a little bit too long to load up. Scooby, what's yours?
I'm going to go with Sabotage.
Oh!
Okay.
I love Scoop. I love Soup. Sabotage? All right.
There you go. Nice.
We both went Beastie Boys.
All right, question number 2.
Oh, I put this out on Twitter a couple days ago.
God, yeah.
The greatest food that has absolutely less than zero nutritional value in the world. Oh, by the way,
and you pick crackers.
The Arizona State and Arizona is the pool party bowl.
That is fucking perfect. That is perfect. That is the best. That is so perfect. The pool party bowl.
Well, when we play Florida, it's the battle for the Seminole War canoe. I mean,
we have to. Here's I'm gonna peel back the curtain here. We have to do this on Wednesdays. We can't do this on Thursday nights anymore because Novak has given me some really good stuff over the last hour or so.
Nice. We need to get Novak on the show.
I know. Yeah, we got to do that soon.
All right. I'm saying what I said on Twitter, and that is funnel cakes.
Oh, you did. You did say that.
I did, yeah.
But it had
now that of course is assuming that a carbohydrate has no nutritional value,
right,
which you could argue.
Right, but it's like I kind of wanted like
I'll give you another one.
Basic, right?
Okay, here's one for you.
Mine is a saltine cracker.
Okay, well here's one for you. I've been told that if you ate nothing but celery, you would die.
Oh, that was my answer.
Because you use more calories up digesting it than it contains.
Celery.
You would starve to death eventually. Yes.
Celery's only good if you dip it in peanut butter.
Right.
Yeah, or ranch dressing or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
The peanut butter with raisins, ants on a log. Oh, come on now.
Blue cheese. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Ants on a log?
Ants on a log?
Peanut
You
butter
fill
and
the
raisins?
thing with peanut butter, and then you put little raisins on the top like they're ants. Well, you're never a kid.
When you said ants on a log. Listen, nature is metal, right? Nature is metal.
Never a kid.
I can't.
Oh, I never ate you Nutella either.
He
What?
said ants on a log. And this is where my brain goes to. So nature is metal. I can't watch this shit because it's disturbing. Because like the two things that nature is metal that have seared into my brain that can never come out was the one where the prime mantis, the male, was giving it to the female, giving her the business, and in the middle of coitus, she flips around so fast it eats this motherfucker's head.
him.
Right?
Yeah.
The body's still moving.
Yeah.
It's still doing its thing. It's still performing coitus, and it's enjoying its head. The other one was ants on a log, because there's these ants in like the Amazon somewhere that make little holes in like a log, and they wait there. And this lizard, and it was like a big lizard, like jumped on there. These things like literally decapitated that thing within 30 seconds. That thing got devoured, and those two things have never. And I can't watch Nature is Metal. It gives me too much.
See,
Okay.
Here's what I don't understand about the praying mantis.
Mm-hmm.
Don't they tell each other, like, bro? Like, don't they see this happening? And they're like, hey, like that ain't shit ain't worth it.
Dude, bro, it's guys
worth
talking
it,
about
bro.
sex.
Yeah.
It's guys talking about sex.
Totally worth it, bro.
Like, yeah.
Bro, you can't get
Bro, it's the best sex you'll ever have. Last sex you'll ever have, but it's the best sex you'll ever
large
have.
Marge, bro. Large Marge.
Yeah.
Stay away from large Marge.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. I got a smash, bro.
They're males, bro. Of course, they just care about sex. They're
wars.
males.
We do some dumb stuff.
Yeah.
And first of all,
From species
how did
to
they even
species,
know?
males are all the same.
I mean, they
wrong.
gotta like. I mean, they don't tell each
haven't
other
told
because
each other because nobody's lived.
I know nobody lives through it, but I mean, at
Where did
least
Billy
they
go?
see their buddy be like, "Hey, what? Yo, like, no, I won't ever do that." Right? I mean, they're like, that's their wingman.
Sometimes
Maybe they don't have good memories.
Sometimes they get away though, but that was savage. She snapped the head, and it was like the body's still moving, and she's literally eating
did you
the
have
head.
the white card rule in college?
No,
No.
You didn't.
What is that?
Or like the credit card rule? You didn't have that? Maybe it was just us. So you go out, right? All your boys, and you go out to the bars and the clubs and whatever you're doing, on purpose. And you tended to drink a little too much, right? So you would protect your homeboys if you saw them getting in a situation that maybe you think they shouldn't be getting into. You'd stick a card on your head, like a driver's license. Turn around, put it on your head, and that's like me telling you, no, not a good idea.
Scoop.
Because you're too drunk to realize it's not a good idea.
Can I ask you a real personal question? Can we get really real as friends and longtime friends?
Have I done that to you?
Why didn't you ever do that to me in the band? I mean, we'll change the subject, but way to go, asshole.
I'm just saying he could have done that to me before I walked on with a blue face on, pretty toasted.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. All right. Next question.
Dude, that was just question 2.
Yeah. You got a question here, Ro?
No, go ahead, Scooby.
All right, I got one. If you were wrongfully put into an insane asylum, how would you convince them you're actually sane and not just pretending to be sane?
Wow. This is a very in-depth question.
Man. How would you convince them that you weren't a nut?
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay.
I would read books, right? Because reading books doesn't necessarily scream crazy person, right? Depends on what book you're reading. But I'm reading good literature, looking like I'm engaged. And I actually eat my food with a fork and a knife. And that's my plan. Just be consistent with it.
Okay.
All right. I don't know. Just got to have a little consistent plan. I don't think it's something you can convince in a day.
That
you're gonna have to Andy Dufresne this bitch. You're gonna have to take a spoon and dig your way out of this one. You're gonna have to be some consistency, and then they're gonna wake up one day and be like,
a major factor in this.
They're gonna be like, "Wow, that guy's kind of normal." All right, cool.
I would try to get to know as many people, or the names of as many people as they know, whether it's family, friends, acquaintances, whatever, and then bring them up over a period of time. How is this person doing? How's that person doing? Whatever. How was the birthday party? Whatever you could kind of get out of them, and then repeat, a month from now, as in though you genuinely care. So it is an Andy Dufresne tunnel. That's a tunnel, by the way.
That's a tunnel?
Yep.
I don't believe it's a tunnel.
Yep. Tunnel.
It's not a tunnel. It's not underground.
It's a tunnel. It's a tunnel.
Can't have a tunnel above ground,
tunneled
dude.
His way through the wall, therefore.
But it's not a tunnel. He can tunnel your way through some, but it's not underground, Scoop. We've had this debate. A tunnel is underground.
Not necessarily.
You can tunnel yourself through something that's solid, but it's not a tunnel.
Well, you can't tunnel through something and then not call it a tunnel. What do you call it?
Sure, you can.
What do you call it?
You call it a fucking hole, a crawl path, something, whatever.
A crawl space. You tunneled a crawl space.
Yes. It's above ground. It's a crawl space.
Go ahead. Anyway.
Air conditioning duct. Call it a duct. It's a duct. Andy Dufresne crawled through a handmade duct to his
tunneled his way. Oh, God.
All right. Next question.
Ro, do you have questions?
I've been staring at
I got one. All right. I got one. All right. If you had to make a species extinct, what would it be?
Humans.
Yeah, that's too easy.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
That doesn't even count as a question.
I was thinking cockroaches.
That's number 2.
It's a
close second.
Close second. It's a tunnel. I just got a text. It's a tunnel.
Fucking, it's not a tunnel.
It's a tunnel.
Tell him to go, please, go golf.
That's not Novak.
Oh, please. Who's texting you?
Loans?
Yeah. Please, Loans already flexed his muscle today and had someone kicked out of the Discord So,
wow. You thought that was Loans?
Loans throws into Discord today, everybody. It's me or him.
No, what?
Oh, yes.
Well, you're totally breaking the
Why do you think he's gone?
You're breaking
I had to kick him out. Loans throws down the OBB veto card and says it's him. He tags us. It's him or me. Your call, Orange Bowl boys. So I had to kick him.
I love it.
That's an easy call.
I was in there one time for a period of 2 months in the past. I don't know. It was beginning of the year.
Yeah, you should come by and say hi.
Yeah, I should. It was beginning of the year. Anyway, and that guy, all he did was argue with me.
Yes, he's gone.
I'm like,
he's gone.
Why the fuck are you in here? Who lets these people in here?
Yeah. They're his credit card. Now he's been banned. I even had to call Wes. Wes had to do some special stuff.
Oh, really?
Well, because after I banned him, he decides, I'm just going to use the free Green Tree channel that's on the website.
Oh, he did?
So then I had to block his ass from that. These are the things that happen when you're just doing whatever. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Dude, all of this, Scoop, before 10 a.m.
I got the text and I was like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't care.
My day hadn't even started yet, and I'm dealing with this nonsense.
You went. That was easy vote for me because to peel it back even more. I got a text too from somebody that's like, I'm out. I can't take that guy anymore.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, he's a little incessant. Everybody's got him.
Yeah.
Everybody's got him. But man, yeah, here you go.
So anyways, okay. Last question. What do we got? Last question?
I guess if that one.
Are you going to contribute?
I have one, but it'll piss people off if I ask this.
All right, here's one.
Oh, actually, no, I got a good one. Here we go. This is a good one. We didn't ask.
Okay.
Good job, bro.
What
Way to
is your
contribute
favorite comfort movie?
Comfort movie.
Yeah, that you'll watch whenever, your go-to movie when you're feeling down or you want to feel happy or whatever, your comfort movie.
Well, that's different than
Grandma's
a
Boy.
movie that you'll
Grandma's Boy.
Oh, bro.
Was it?
Fuck
Grandma's
yes.
Boy.
Grandma's Boy.
By
And let me just say, with today being 420, everybody, you should watch Grandma's Boy.
Oh, such a good movie. How much is your clothes?
Scoop, what?
Yeah, of course he didn't see it.
You have to watch it, Scoop.
Never seen it.
You'll piss yourself.
You know what the first word in that movie is?
What?
Toast, what's your favorite word?
Fuck.
Yes.
Yeah.
It starts
That's
with a hellacious stuff because they're playing video games.
Yes.
He goes, quit cheating.
Oh, Grandma Boy is fucking the best, bro.
And then that's
Never
the
seen it.
dialogue.
So good.
The first dialogue of the movie is, you spent all our rent money on Filipino hookers? Oh, there's so many things I quote other than Top Gun. That's like I quote all the time. I don't know what you are, but I'm going to eat you too. How much your clothes
So
in the
good.
Matrix, JP? It's so funny.
Guy, look at him. Look what you've done.
It's fucking awesome.
you've done.
Scoop, you've got to watch your homework, Scoop. You got to watch
grandma,
it this week.
He has
Okay.
to live with his grandma, and his grandma
Yeah.
is Ray Romano's like mom. That's grandma, and that's why he's grandma's
Mm-hmm.
boy. We got
All right.
enough time?
So
I'll
good.
watch it.
Yeah,
never
we
seen
got enough time to 69. Where's the bathroom in this place where I got to piss in a plant?
You can either watch the movie, Scoop, or you can just listen to Roe for the next half
I
hour.
know all of them.
Yeah.
I know all of them. That's such a good movie. That is such a good movie. All right.
All right.
I don't know how
What are we
his brain
calling this
does it.
episode,
I don't know how
boys?
his brain does it.
Let's see. White card. Grandma's
Please
boy.
don't leave me.
Yeah, please don't leave me. Something like that. Yeah, like please don't leave. Please don't leave. All right.
You have another one?
TVP. Tyler Van Portal.
No, God.
The new OBB.
There you go. New OPB.
The new OBB.
No, here you go. The original Bama boys. There it is. Original Bama boys. It's stamped. It's time stamped 420. God forbid something happens. The Orange Bowl boys will no longer be the Orange Bowl boys. The original
All right.
Bama boys.
Original Bama Boys. There you go. That's the name.
There you go.
Good shit, boys. Good.
Let's
shit.
say this. I have enough hair to easily. Which way am I going? To easily get that cut. Like I can get that.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
can do that, right?
Oh,
You can get that. Yeah.
to do
I
that.
can, the whole like
The whole Bama cut.
you know,
And then you gotta
feather
wear-
that like goes across your face.
And then you got
I can do that.
Yeah, you just grow a little bit more hair. Then you got to wear like khaki pants, like a flannel shirt, right? Like
Oh, I gotta get like penny loafers though.
and like exactly like the loafer shoes. They don't even have fucking boats. These people. They don't even have boats.
No, but they have boat shoes. Yeah, but
Boat shoes.
but Saban's got a boat in his lake house.
His lake house. Well, he's got whatever he
Got a big
wants.
lake house.
He's got to win, and he's got a piano too. Apparently,
I
he's
like
got a
him.
nice bathroom too.
He's got a nice bathroom. Amon tried it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, look, I like Nick.
Greatest
speaker.
coach. Greatest
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna
coach.
He's a
like
hell
him
of
a
a
lot less
motivator.
if this happens.
Huh?
I'm gonna like him a lot less if this happens.
What are you talking about?
At
It's gonna be
this
great for our
point,
show.
Alabama.
You think I care? I'm going to the winner. If he's going to the winners, I'm going to the winners.
The original Bama boys.
You can join me, or I'll just get a couple of rednecks.
There you go.
Listen, some
And then we'll
Morgan
fight
Enjoy the
Wallen
rednecks.
Some Morgan Wallen.
All right, boys. Let's call it a show.
Let's do it.
As always, go Canes!
Roll Tide. Bang.
That's another episode in the books. The Orange Bowl Boys are brought to you by Ed Morse Automotive Group. Visit edmorse.com.